She was born on the street, raised in a brothel, blinded as a child, and became the soul of France. This is the story of Edith Piaf. Her full name, Edith Giovanna Gassion, born December 19, 1915, in Belleville, Paris, France. Her mother, Annetta Maillard, was a part-time singer of Italian and Berber descent. Her father, Louis-Alphonse Gassion, was a street acrobat. Her mother abandoned her shortly after birth. Her father left Edith with his own mother, who ran a brothel in Bernay, Normandy. Piaf was reportedly cared for by the prostitutes in the brothel with unusual tenderness and attention. Between the ages of 3 and 7, Edith suffered from keratitis, which rendered her temporarily blind. Her sight allegedly returned after a pilgrimage to the Sainte Thérèse of Lisieux shrine, a moment she considered a miracle for the rest of her life. At age 14, Piaf joined her father performing in street circuses, then began singing in the streets of Paris, especially in Pigalle and Ménilmontant. She developed a reputation for her powerful voice, singing emotional ballads from her painful experiences. Around age 17, Piaf fell in love with Louis Dupont, a delivery boy. They lived together briefly in a tiny room in Paris. In 1933, she gave birth to a daughter, Marcelle Gassion, often nicknamed Cécile. The relationship with Dupont was tense. He disapproved of her singing on the streets and wanted her to settle down. Piaf left him, taking baby Marcelle with her. Tragically, in 1935, Marcelle died at age 2 from meningitis, a blow that devastated Piaf and left a mark on her soul forever. This immense grief, losing her only child, would seep into her voice and lyrics for the rest of her life. In 1935, nightclub owner Louis Leplay heard her singing on the street and invited her to perform at his club, Le Gernese, near the Champs-Élysées. He gave her the stage name La Môme Piaf, meaning the Little Sparrow. Leplay's murder in 1936 temporarily tarnished her reputation, but she soon overcame the scandal. Piaf began recording songs and acting in theater. Her early hits included Mon Légionnaire and L'accordéoniste. During World War II, she performed in Nazi-occupied Paris, causing later controversy. But she also allegedly helped Jewish musicians escape using forged papers. After the war, her fame grew internationally. She toured the U.S. and recorded her most famous song, La Vie en Rose, in 1946, which became a global hit. In 1947, Piaf met Marcel Cerdan, a French-Algerian middleweight boxing champion in New York. They began a passionate affair, even though Cerdan was married and had children. On October 28, 1949, Cerdan died in a plane crash en route to visit Piaf in New York. The Air France flight from Paris to NYC crashed in the Azores, killing all on board. Piaf was devastated. She sank into depression, morphine addiction, and heavy drinking. Tragedy would become a constant theme in her music. Despite her personal struggles, she continued recording hits. Hymne à l'amour, 1950. Dedicated to Kerdan Padam Padam, 1951. Milord, 1959. Her health began failing in the 1950s. She was involved in multiple car accidents, suffered from arthritis, and developed liver disease. She became increasingly dependent on painkillers and alcohol, leading to physical and emotional breakdowns. Piaf married Jacques Pils, a singer, in 1952, but divorced in 1957. In 1962, a terminally ill Piaf married Theo Sarapo, a 26-year-old singer and actor, 20 years her junior. They performed together, but her health was already in sharp decline. She died on October 10, 1963 in Grasse, France at age 47, from liver failure due to cirrhosis and long-term substance abuse. Her death was announced a day later to allow time for public mourning. Was buried in Père Lachaise Cemetery, Paris, next to her daughter Marcelle, who died at age 2, and later joined by Theo Sarapo. Over 40,000 people attended her funeral, one of the largest Paris had ever seen. Edith Piaf remains France's most famous chanteuse. Her voice, filled with tragedy and triumph, defines the spirit of post-war French music.